Hey, what's up? Welcome to CNDs. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to. I came to talk to you guys about the Kendrick and the Drake beef, right? I was trying to get away from circular music, but music is a part of my heart, right? I used to sing and write poems, raps, all of that. Songs. So it's in my heart. I had to clock in. I want to come talk to you guys about some things that I feel were missed. I don't hear people speaking about it, so I want to draw to y'all attention, right? First, let me start by saying Kendrick did win. He won, right? The criteria for a rap beef or rap battle, he met and he won. And he actually not only hit the bar, he even raised the bar, okay? And we'll get into that. So, Kendrick pointed out that Drake had moles. I believe this to be true, and I believe that Drake is lying about so-called planting stuff because we know of evidence that a mole gave Kendrick, right? Info and all that. We know that Drake's laptop, medications, and different stuff was left behind. We also know of a service worker who had direct interaction and contact with him who said they got fired for meeting some type of accommodation that he requested. Right now, you got to think about it. These stars and these people into these vices and different stuff, they ask for accommodations that are sometimes illegal. Actually, most of the time, that are illegal, that are unethical, and stuff like that. So they didn't say what the accommodation was. They just said they were fired for meeting his accommodation, which means if they were fired, it was something that had to be illegal or unethical or in some type of way. But anyway, I also know that he has a mole, more than one. And Kendrick is telling the truth when he said a lot of them up in your campaign, the person you stand next to, won't you done with? If you listen to the Heart Part 6, it is the writer who is the mole dissing Drake, talking to Drake, right? They wrote the diss for Drake to say, but it's about himself, not Kendrick. And I want y'all, it might have even been in other songs, right? I did not go back and listen to other songs, but I clocked it while I was listening to the Heart Part 6. Like, hold on. This sounds like he's talking about himself. So I want y'all to go back and listen to the Heart Part 6 and look at it from the angle that if this is a mole talking to Drake and it's going over Drake's head, he ain't catch on. Okay? So that's one thing that I looked at. There is a mole. That mole was the ghostwriter, right? And it wasn't the AI ghostwriter, because he has started using, a lot of people ran from that writing sweatshop, and he went to AI. He has been having AI write his boss for quite some time. And one of the reasons why I felt it was fitting, even though I think that in the rap beef, I did not like the fact that he used Tupac and Snoop, a living legend and a deceased legend, and one who would probably not have even messed with you or collaborated with you if he was still alive. So I didn't like that. And I felt like this is a rap beef. Like, dude, speak for yourself. Why are you? So I didn't like that. I felt he was trying to once again use black figures against black men, all right, and capitalize off them. But anyway, so it was fitting that he used AI, since Drake sounds just like the AI this ghostwriting for him, lifeless and soulless. All right, listen to his flow and Drake's beats and stuff. It's all just seems monotone. It all seems flat. It all seems lifeless and soulless. And that is because he is mimicking and following the AI ghostwriter and how they put it out. Right? So let's go on though and get into the other stuff. So we have to think about the mole. Kendrick was right on the money about Drake being a body shamer, right? Kendrick said in there, he said, you a body shamer, right? And a bully. Rumor came out that he has a fetish where he's degrading, right? Because Kendrick also said he don't like black women. That shows to be true. If you pay attention to his history and what he writes in his music and his interactions with these ex-girlfriends of black women, he does not like black women. And I think there's a couple of reasons for that, and we're gonna get into that. But let's get into it. So he disrespects black women. And he's saying that he has a fetish that lines up with that, making women eat or barf into dog bowls and do all kind of fetishy, kinky stuff that is degrading to the woman. And we also know this to be true because it is a black woman who I believe was a stripper who he had to pay $350,000. Then let's settle this in hush money over a SA claim. Okay, so go dig that up in case you didn't know. But also you go further, right? Disrespecting Rihanna, disrespecting Serena from out of nowhere, in other women, right? As I believe some years ago he disrespected some stripper named Malaya or something like that. So Drake is known for disrespecting women. He does it in his music. He does it in real life. And he said he's a body shamer. I can believe that, right? He talked about going and buying. He tried to take the BBL beat. And I'm going to tell you why he did that, right? That BBL beat is a diss to him. BBL jersey, that's a diss to him. And it's a hard one, right? Because I say, oh, well, the battle between you and Metro won. He dissed you on that beat. And for your line that said, shut up and play some drums. And guess what he did? He actually did what you said, shut up, play some drums, and dish you with them drums and killed it. Metro won that beef, okay? Just like Kendrick won this one. But anyway, he wanted to take and flip that song. So when people go Petty and BBL Jersey, it would seem as if it had came off of a song that he did. That's why he threw that on Sexy's Red song or whatever. To try and take a hold of BBL Jersey because that's a hard diss and he knows it. That he don't want out there. So their idea was, his team, taking a rap on there and flip it to where now when people go to it, they're not going to look at BBL Jersey as a diss to you, but look at it as connected to this song, right? And transform to that. So that's the reason why they did that. But we know, we live in real time. As the history is being made in rap, we know what went down. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so he wanted to talk on there, and what was he saying? That he takes women and he goes and get them BBLs, this and other. Since he was called a body shamer, he told Sexy Red, though, I don't want you to change nothing about you, right? You don't need it. But he talked about all these women who he constantly goes and have them do stuff with their body. And in his music, you know, it's all visual, right? Men are visual creatures. But we also know he's a body shamer because he does it to himself. He body shames his own self. That's why he is getting the BBL with his butt. That's why he is getting the sculptured and etched abs and liposuction. That's why he's getting the fake pecs, you know, pumped up. And we know Drake has also had face surgery. If you go look at previous pictures of Drake, you will see he looked different. He's had done something with his nose. He's done something with his eyes. His eyes used to come down like this, right? And now they come a bit up. So I believe that he had that lifted, nose done, and he might have even had his jawline shaved or reshaped in some type of way. Because trust me, that transformation ain't just the beard. He had plastic surgery done on his face as well. So he body shames himself. He looks in the mirror and body shames himself. He body shaming the women because guess what? A person who don't feel good about themselves do. They try to find someone else that they think is worse or that they can at least manipulate, because he's a manipulator and liar, make feel worse, okay? He's also a groomer. Like he said, you are into pedo behavior. You are pre-ordering teen girls, right? It was a couple that we know firsthand. He waited till they was 18. One he wrote, I've been waiting on this day, so glad Frank came, right? But he's already been in this girl's life for years. That's called grooming. I made a video saying he was R. Kelly 2.0. Is the evidence is there. I made that 3 years ago. But anyway, so some he is grooming, right? He's not going, he's already preparing and getting ready for when he turns 18. The other girl, he so-called, she was a model. I think he met her 15, 16. All hugged up romantic, right? On some, I'm waiting till you're 18. I can't wait to get you romance type of stuff. The day she turned 18, he bought out a restaurant for them to have a romantic dinner. That means them feelings was already there when she was 16. Okay? Millie Bobby Brown, them feelings were already there when she was 14. And you were making and preparing and grooming them at that time, right? So I think that he chooses to go for these younger women because of his insecurities and because the power dynamic, right? He's so insecure that he has to feel like he is bigger or better than other people. which is also why he go and chase these other men and women. But we're gonna get to that in a minute, because that's a double-edged sword too. So a younger woman, easier to manipulate, easier to impress, easier to control, right? So he go for these younger women where the standard is lower, right? Because they don't know what they should want, what they should expect from a man just yet, or they're still learning and figuring that out. They haven't experienced everything in life. But yet, if you pay attention, them young women, they get up and flee. They see what it is with Drake, and they get up and flee, just like the grown women that are on his level, his stage, right? Because I think his issue with black women is back when he was younger, spending his summers in Memphis, he seen some chocolate bunnies, some caramel bunnies, some light-skinned honeys, some dark-skinned women that he found attractive. But they did not find him attractive, right? They did not want him, probably tease him, call him corny and stuff. Or he seen the other guys getting all the attention, like the guys who looked like the Future, the guys who looked like the Trey Songz, the guys who, and stuff like that. But see, it wasn't just looks. Because even now, he can't keep a woman, and they running from him. And he don't even look ugly, right? So it ain't just looks. And plus, you got money, success. A woman to look past ugly. A woman look past a few things. If they are the gold digging type, okay? And the cloud chasing type. So I think in his youth, those women were not interested in him. He's Canadian. He was raised Jewish, so he has white ideology. His mom is white, and he was raised under her, so he has white ideology, which is why he does not understand the black dichotomy and black culture like that, although he wants to infuse himself in it. So anyway, I think that he felt rejected. Rejected by the girls who weren't interested in him, right? Black women. Rejected by the guys who picked on him and stuff like that. You're not one of the bros, because he was weird and awkward, right? So they probably tolerated him. He did an interview with Elliot where he said he's always felt like he didn't exactly fit in, wasn't fully embraced, right? And that goes back to childhood. So I think as he's gotten richer, more powerful and stuff, he's on payback time. I want to get back at all those guys who had the girl. They the ones who got the girls who I wanted. They the ones who was cool and popular and accepted, you know. I want to get back at these girls because they the ones who rejected me. Looked at me now. I got money. I got status. So I think that he treats women and men bad. He does not know how to foster and nurture genuine relationships and connections with people. He is a transactional type of person, right? He looks at people as transactional. People as viable. He's a sociopath, right? And that's where a lot of his problems in these relationships have come from. So let's get to him chasing all of these men and women. That has been a tactic Jake been using for the longest. I'm going to go and sleep with your woman. And it's not just rappers. He's doing it to athletes, to owners, you know, like CEO types, bankers, lawyers, coaches. It doesn't matter. If he feel, because he's so insecure and his insecurity of rejection and him on his, you know, that was the origin of the villain. Him on his villain stuff, right? It's payback time to all of these people who I either liked or wanted to be or wanted to be with, and they didn't embrace me, make me feel loved or accepted. So if he feels offended by you, I'm going to try and go after your woman, right? Because that's going to soak my ego and make me feel one up. If he feels rejected by you, ignored, overlooked, I'm going to try and get your woman. If he feels your competition, not that you haven't done anything to him, but he feels your competition. In his mind, you are better than him, more attractive than him, or more artistic than him. Whatever it is, I'm going to try and go after your woman. He's a real slime ball. And an insecure one that is no ethics, no morals. A shell of a person, right? So he tries to go after that woman. To make me feel better that I can't compete with you. I can get the same type of woman that you got, right? When I was younger, I couldn't. But I can get the same woman that you got now. But I think there's also another thing going on. I think it's also I'm going to go behind the guy I want, right? I'm going to go in the girl he just came out of, because that's the closest I can get to getting him. You heard it here. So a lot of that has to do with that as well. That's what's going on. Some of these men, is not that he feels offended by them or that they're competition. They're men that he actually wants himself. And that is why he is doing the pillow talking of asking, how big was he? How good is he? What do you like him? How he do this? Because he's sleeping with her, but that's really because that's his connection and way to be able to sleep with him. So I think that Kendrick was always going to go into and begin to reveal that Drake is bi, right? He said hidden info. He is, right? As you see, he's sleeping around with any and everything, and he doing this sexual kinky stuff, but he's also involved in the escort business. On the Ebony Prince 2K24 site, where they have his laptop, right? They have the files. It was an Instagram page that they posted, and it was called either Ebony House or it was Ebony something, right? And what it showed was a whole bunch of men up and down. Each picture, men. Beautiful. They posed out, right? This ain't no selfie type. This professional pictures. And these men looking good, and they looking kind of feminine, like bottoms or whatever though. And they all are POC, people of color. That's what the Ebony stands for, right? Ebony House. That's an organization, an underground organization that is an escort service. That's what I picked up, because when I seen it, and I'm like, oh, what type of site is this? Why is there just all these beautiful men? Oh, modeling agency. That's a disguise, right? Modeling agency, but it's an escort service. And anywhere you go in the world, because they do orgies and parties like that too. But anywhere you go in the world, you just go on that Ebony site, see which ones, men of color. So we know what Drake type is. I told y'all, is black men, right? He like men of color. And a lot of the men in the industry who are upset with him, they don't even know and realize it's because he actually wants them. That's why he was coming after your woman. That's why he is so infatuated with your moves, what you're doing, and clocking you. He's attracted to black men. Probably wants to wear their skin. I think part of him probably said, if I don't feel like I fit what it is, and it's really just a cultural thing, right? Because Americans, regardless to what race, when you American, it's a certain culture of just being American, of how we get down. And that's whether you're Asian, whether you're Latino, whether you're black, whether you're that ain't even Mexican, whether you white. It's an American culture, right? And then you have the deeper culture of, okay, black culture. And he did not fit into either one of them. So yeah, you a Canadian dude coming over here, and you already seem to be on something else, because like, you gotta look at it. Justin Bieber is Canadian. Justin Bieber came, and he seems to fit well in American culture, and not on some, let me try to imitate and clone the different people who are in black culture that I like and feel are, I guess, perfect, or that he admire, right? Not trying to clone myself into them. Bieber came, he adjusted well and stuff like that. So the culture part, Bieber was able to do just fine. Now in black culture, I don't know how. Hey, I think he actually even did better than Drake in black culture. Possibly, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate me, don't throw rocks, please. I'll take that back if that was out of line and don't fit. I'm just talking and running at the mouth, okay? So then Drake, I guess, because he wanted to bring up, talking about it's a problem because he light skinned. That is not true. It is many light skinned men in hip hop, in black culture, and that has nothing to do with it. Don't make this no light versus dark skin type of thing. Okay, that is not what it is, Drake. It is because you are a sociopath. It is because you do not know how to foster and nurture genuine relationships. It is because you are self-centered and lack self-awareness, right? Like he said, her loss. Drake cannot look into the mirror and say, wow, maybe there's something wrong with me. Let me try and do some course correction, some character development. And, and he won't look at himself. The most he look at himself is on the surface to see what he want to get surgery on next. He won't look deeper in at himself. Maybe it's a self-protection thing. I don't know. Instead, he projects and say, they're just jealous of me. Her loss. She's just an idiot, and I'm too built for her. Like, that's his mindset. That's how he deals with it. Because you got to look at it. Something clearly wrong with this boy. Between J-Lo, Rihanna, the strippers, Serena Williams, the waitress, the mall, the groupie, all of these. He goes and messes with these women, and then they run. Drake is successful, not bad looking, and famous as heck. It got money. You got groupies and type of women nowadays that you could be ugly. That's all fine because you famous, got money, successful. You could have a small one. Women will let that ride that are gold diggers or seeking for a certain type of lifestyle. Especially these escorts that you messing with. It's a lot of them, no problem. They will deal with certain type of stuff. Even some weirdness, they'll deal with because guess what? You got money. Ask yourselves why none of these women, regardless of socioeconomic status, regardless to intellectual propriety, regardless to anything, these women, from the top of the top, fame and money they sells to broke and stripping and all of that, after they get a whiff of you, they run. These women ain't bragging on you. These women ain't trying to come back for seconds. These women ain't trying to trap you. These women are running for the hills and acting like it never happened. Pay attention and look at that. That should tell you something is wrong with this man. There is something about him that is off, right? Now, part of that could be because he's bi. He necessarily don't want women, right? And a man who's using women as a beard and don't technically truly want them, which is weird to me. Like if I'm using you and no, I don't want you, that's unfair to you. I would feel guilty about that and treat you good, or well, I wouldn't do it anyway. But if I was the type of person who would do that, use them, I would treat you good. But no, what they do is, I actually want to be you competing. Kendrick was right on that. He said you competing with him. You a nympho. You a body shamer. It's proof for that. It's proof for you pre-ordering the JJ. You are a manipulator. It's proof of that, right? It's proof of you cloning people's style and sound. It's proof of that. You going behind all these men, sleeping with their women because you either want to sleep with them or because you trying to compete and one up them. It's proof of these things. So it's also proof of, I forgot what I was just talking about, y'all. So yeah, so you being bi, right? Kendrick was gonna go into that next, and he knew that. Ebony Prince 2K showed a hint of that, right? But they told Kendrick to stop because that was what was gonna come later. But in house, it's issues. Kendrick was telling the truth about that. There's moles in there, and there's more than one. One of them is a person writing for you, not the AI ghostwriter one. But the human he got writing for him, that Heart Part 6, they're talking about Drake. Go back and look at that. He's the one who the song is talking about. But so he's something is wrong with you. You mistreat these women because you also competing with them. Like he said, Sexy Red, you probably popping butt with her, right? So a lot of the men who are part of that community, they do despise women because they want to be them. They mad that we get to be freely what we are with men, and men are freely showing us off, right? Because they want a beard. So they're mad about that we get to be women. We just wake up and we are women. They got to work at it and get surgery, do makeup, shave, hat stuff, tuck stuff, and we don't have to. So I would agree with that. He's competing with women. And when he talked about can't even standing next to a woman, you can't even feel your masculine energy then. Have y'all paid attention with his cloning that he do with the men, right? Where he go say, this is what I'm talking about what the issue is. I'm like this. I see you popping over there and you popping in this lane. Okay, I'm about to come and study you. I'm about to come, hey Future, what's up, dude? I really like your music. We should collab together. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we, do some building, some meshing to make sure that the chemistry there or whatever. But I'm studying you this whole time. I'm not actually trying to build with you. I'm trying to study your lingo, your mannerisms, how you dress, what you wear. You know what I'm saying? That's what Drake does. And then, okay, we're going to go do the sun together. I have morphed myself into you, cloned myself into you. Because now I got it down because I've just studied you and got it all. And then after I do that song, oh, okay, I'm out. And then you're like, oh, well, hold up. What happened? Especially when sometimes it's a favor for a favor. Here, yeah, come do this song for me. Drake is the one who's benefiting most from off them doing these collabs with him and allowing him, unfortunately and probably unaware, clone him. They're allowing him to clone them and morph himself into them. And then he runs with their style for him to make money off of it and stuff like that. And oh, I ain't gonna go back and do the favor and put a verse on your song when that's what the agreement was. Or the way he just is, I'm gonna fake it and you'll miss once I get what I need from you, because he only looks at people, he don't know how to force genuine, or don't want to, right? Once I get what I need from you, I'm out, right? So that is one of the issues that they have with him. And he doing the same thing with Sexy Red. Y'all ain't paid attention that he ain't started wearing glasses. You know, Sexy Red wear glasses. This was so funny to me. Sexy Red wear glasses, right? He ain't started wearing these glasses. Sexy Red, even in interviews, is laid back. It's on the, like, you know, what's up? Yeah, we chilling, vibing. You know, it's like that. She does not do interviews. Well, that is her image, right? Her image is, I'm just me. Chick from the hood. Hey, what's up? Yeah, this is what's going on. Popping, you know, popping. Have you noticed that Drake been trying to put out that energy and he wearing glasses like her now? He did a promo because he got to make money. Kanye was on when he said you signed your life over and you gotta, oh, and Rick Ross, I think, even aided to it too. He got a lot of sharks he got to feed that's eating off him. And I'm talking about corporations at this point and execs and stuff, right? Business deals he's made. He got a lot of sharks eating off him. He has to perform. And that's why he has to drop as often as he does. And that is why he has to tour as much as he does. He wouldn't want to do that touring like that. Wore out, tired. How you the biggest and making the most money, but you got to do the most work. Y'all ain't paying attention. Kendrick is right. Gambling problem. Kendrick is right. Escort problem, because that Ebony men's people of color men's page that he be on, which is a global network, because modeling agencies have already been that. The ones in the business. That's where Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Kamora Simmons and them, Cindy Crawford, Gigi Hadid right now, and the Jenner girl. Modeling is the front for escort service. People in the industry, they go and they buy. I want you for a night. I want you for a weekend. I want you for PR. We're going to do a 6-month contract and you pretend to be my girlfriend. I want you to look like we dating, we going, I'll pay you. They do that stuff. So they are basically sex medicated slaves, the models. And they groom them and hoard them out. Kamora Simmons married Russell Simmons, when she was 16? Married him when 18? Or either her mama gave permission when she was 17 or something like that. It's a lot of that stuff going on. Kendrick said, it's a lot of weird. I've been here for 12 years. It's a lot of weird stuff going on. And certain artists are policing it, right? They're the ones giving the reins over. Diddy ain't the only one doing what he's doing now. As far as the psycho abuse, because he's another sociopath. As far as the abuse and they are all doing the same thing. And Anita Baker, I believe it was, had an interview and she said, for any young male or female coming into the industry, be careful, because they will turn y'all out, then spit y'all out. She said, I've seen them do it to too many of them. The younger they are, the worse it is. It's sad. Look at Cyrus, that little dude like Cyrus. He was with Diddy, right? We seen him with Diddy. Diddy taking him on vacations. His little boy to it. I want him. So they're not just choosing models that they can buy, purchase, and demand from. It's also other artists that they can, right? Other people that's a part of that demonic world where these people literally sell their soul for fame and money and power, and willing to do anything for it. And some of them get tricked. It ain't that they willing to do anything for it. They took a drink from the wrong person, and without consent, they found a video of them doing a whole bunch of stuff with a whole lot of people. But anyway, he did that. Did you see Osiris was in with him? Because he goes into men. Drake, I would say, is bi. And even probably more preference towards men. That's what I think. And that's what was going to come next. Which is why Drake had to pull from out of that. So, hold on. Am I missing anything that I wanted to say? Because it was a lot of things that I seen that I'm like, okay, I don't know people who are putting this together or seeing this. Oh, but anyway, let's get to Kendrick. Did a great job from the songs that he dropped. He was well prepared. He used psychological warfare as well as physical combat type of fighting style, right? Because, like, for example, what I mean is Meet the Grants with psychological warfare. What is that number one hit? They Not Like Us is like the physical combat, body blows, right? Headshots. So that's what I mean. And he kept the art alive. He did not sacrifice or minimize the art. He stayed true to creativity in all of the songs. He did different styles of songs, right? He showed true artistry in it. So every criteria needed, he had the entendres, he had the metaphors, he had the punchlines, he had the nice hooks, right? He had the pop song, he had it all. He hit every level of a great artist, knocked each genre, each style out the park that he did. And he did great as far as what the criteria is for doing a diss and being a lyricist MC. He killed Drake to me on every level, and it was only one song that I would have said was, okay, I'll get at a tie. That's actually what I said when I listened. I said, I'm gonna get them to a tie. That would be a tie. Kendrick still one of the four. So Drake lost. Oh, he using media bots, right? So Drake was using bots on social media, and it was actually sex bots that he was using to spam Kendrick and stuff like that. But then he turned around and wanted to say Kendrick is doing that, right? And that's another thing the narcissists and manipulators and liars and lames and stuff do. They project. I'm going to accuse you of what I'm actually doing, and I'm going to do it before you can accuse me of it. So when you say I'm doing it, people are going to look at it as you're just saying that because you got caught doing it, right? Truth is, Drake was the one using bots from the start. And he was using sex bots to spam, as well as other ones, though, or whatever. But so he did that, cheating. Paying people to, I'm talking about the bloggers now, the streamers and media outlets, right? His corporation, his team paying him out. Even though this is another thing I want to tell y'all. Okay. Like Kanye said, he said you signed your life away, right? A lifetime deal. And you gave up your masters, go sell your masters, right? He needed all that money because of all the escorts, drugs, and gambling and stuff that he is doing, and people he's having to pay off. So he's in need of money. He was desperate for money. So he gave up things and he committed to things, which is why they are running him like that as far as how he's having to work, that work schedule. But I believe that they got upset with Drake about something. His heads, right? I believe got upset with him about something, and they said, oh, we're going to let them come after you. Because believe it or not, for example, when it came out about, when Pusha T put out the thing about him having the baby he was having, that wasn't a shock to me. I already knew. I had read an article, I think like a year or two before then, that has said that it showed a picture of that girl, Sophia, and him at dinner over there in the UK, across the pond. And it has said that she was upset because she's pregnant and Drake was denying the child, right? And Drake stands and said his lawyers are saying that she slept with another rapper, which was A$AP Rocky. He was trying to sex behind A$AP Rocky because he probably wants A$AP Rocky. But anyway, that he believed that it was a, which I think they had a threesome. I think that's what it said. But yeah, so that article that came out, and it said that he was saying like, well, no, I don't believe this man. I don't know this man because it was another rapper involved, A$AP Rocky. And I want her to basically be quiet until we get a DNA test. And it said that she said he was first demanding her to get an abortion. She went and lawyered up. She took her butt back across the pond because she was here in the United States. Joe Budden was saying how she would be at his parties, his pool parties or whatever. He talked about that on the podcast, right? She's one of the other group of chicks in the business. The other reason why they rotate the same women, because these sex better kitten slaves know how to keep secrets for them kinks and fetishes. Things like put on a strap on, things like you're gonna watch me with this trans or this man and stuff like that, or do all this type of stuff. They keep the secrets. They willing to participate, and they take the hush money. They take the money for it. But anyway, so that's another reason why they rotate the same women. They already trained and groomed on how the business go, keep the secrets. But you see, when they get mad or if they need some money because the time is up, they're gonna come and tell. Like Corinne Stephens, like when Amber Rose came out and said, "You mad because I ain't putting two fingers in your butt no more," to Kanye and stuff like that. So they'll come out and divulge some secrets or whatever if they get pissed enough. And depending on what they tell, they get punished for it, and other stuff, no, they let it ride. But yeah, that's what I say. That story turned around and got buried. She went and lawyered up when he was telling her to get the abortion. She went over there, lawyered up. He was mad about that. But she did that for her safety protection. He was going into bullying and manipulation and intimidation tactics against her. So that's why she did that. And anyway, so all of a sudden, that story had disappeared, and I ain't heard nothing else about it. So that's when I knew, like, oh, his team, they swiped that story out. They buried it. So y'all need to know that sometimes stuff already be out, or we be trying to put out stuff out, but it's buried by the powers that be. They can make it disappear. They can shut it down. They can quiet the noise. And his team have done that, do be doing that. But I believe that they got upset with him, and they said, we're going to let you take some lumps and bruises to teach you a lesson, to put you back in check, because his ego too big, right? The same way how they Diddy. Him and Diddy did the exact same thing with their handlers, their higher-ups. Thought that they was big enough now that we're eye to eye, and you can't run me, and I'm going to demand this and that. And those higher-ups said, I got something for you. And that's why Diddy being exposed and being gone after, they gave Cassie the green light, probably even gave her the lawyers. Go ahead, sweetheart. They all know what's going on and what these people are doing. Like Kendra said, people in here, they policing and monitoring it. Gave her the green light. And with this, they said, we're going to let him go ahead and bully Drake. We're going to go ahead and let him be exposed a bit. But then, they didn't know how far Kendrick was going to go with it. But they seen where he was going with it. Which Kendrick kept warning Drake, like, let's keep it friendly. Don't go there, right? Since Drake went there, because he don't listen, he's egotistical, he lacks self-awareness, right? He, a lot of things. The boy is a sociopath and he's slow. Kendrick went there and started getting at him, and then that's when the hires up was like, oh, we don't need him beat up that bad, because we still using him to make money. They the big sharks eating off him. Nike calling, yo, we ain't got time for our stock going down. Who else he with? State calling, right? If you gonna look at the video where he's channeling sexy red energy, that's what he's trying to do. On when he did them lives promoting the gambling thing with, I think it's called Stake or something like that. I looked at it. He got the glasses on and he got her out. I'm like, oh yeah, he's channeling sexy red now, right? And popping ass with her. So this is the history, the nature of Drake. Not a good dude, not a cool dude. Something's wrong with him. He's down low. He do a lot of grimy stuff. He's a weirdo. That's why Kendrick was calling. He's saying you are a 69 god. You are a freaky N-word, because he is. He doing a lot, and that you got signs of a nympho freak. He does. Fetish problems. He does. The evidence is all there. Okay. Tell me what you guys think. Go back and listen to the Heart Part 6. Even go back and listen to some of Drake's other verses to see if there's anything in here that could technically be shots at himself. Because that last writer, whoever he used on the Heart Part 6, they were digging into Drake. That was the mole. And he didn't catch it because, like it said you're so desperate you ain't investigating or paying attention, all right? And it was true. He was not prepared for Kendrick. He thought that when he did that final song, he would be done and he would get the win, because he's a one-trick pony. But it had been working for him, plus with the higher-ups who try to help support him and keep him from falling and from his armor getting too damaged, right? They try and Frankenstein him as he tries to clone other artists and their style and sound to get more life, right? He wasn't alright. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Thanks for checking out the video. Sorry that it's this long. I hope I did not forget nothing. I'm gonna be so mad because I'll get done with the video. Let me think like, crap, I was supposed to say this. I need to start writing stuff down. But y'all have a great night. Have a blessed weekend. May Jesus bless you.